What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my next video. Today we are going to be looking at an article which is called the 25 most powerful characters officially ranked in One Piece, of course. And this article is by none other than CBR, which always just has the most accurate and well thought out articles ever, So today we're looking at it. I haven't looked at this article. It would be going blind, except I did see the first two, which is Jinbei and Capone Beji, which I don't really have anything to say about that right now because I need to actually see who really outranks who in terms of whether Jinbei or Capone Beji's or Bechi. I don't know which one of them's stronger. I don't really remember much that Bechi did. I'm gonna say Capone. I don't really remember much that Capone did. All I know is that all I really remember from Whole Cake Island was that he became like a big castle thing. So yeah, Jinbei I think is really underrated ever since he joined the Straw Hats. So I think if Jinbei never joined, or I think even like if he never showed up in Fishman Island and he just remained a character who was only in Marineford, I think people would give him more respect than they do now, because now that he's a Straw Hat, obviously Luffy's stronger than him, but then to say that Zoro and Sanji also far surpass him, I think that Jinbei would give them a run for their money, because we didn't really see much of his full strength, but it just kind of annoys me when characters that were really built up pre-time skip were just complete jokes post time skip. And not to say that Jinbei's a joke, but still, I'm rambling. But yeah, let's go back to the actual article. 25 most powerful characters officially ranked. So I heard that Sakazuki ranks above another really strong character like Kaido or something. So I'm gonna have fun with that when we get to it. But yeah, let's read the description. One Piece has been one of the longest running manga and anime series out there, with a following that has never seemed to die in popularity. Those who love pirates and anime seem to find a kindred spirit in the show. Okay, this is boring. You can imagine the characters, villains. Okay. With that in mind, we present to you a list of the most powerful characters to ever appear in one of the most popular series of all time, One Piece. Now, I will say this at the start, alright? I do think that putting a ranking system for One Piece is just inherently that system's flawed, because to say that characters can be ranked unless the difference in their strength, I said this in my Hunter x Hunter video where I reacted to a top 50 characters, I'm pretty sure, but I said that it applies more so to Hunter x Hunter, but it also applies to One Piece too, to where just to say that characters are above each other, there are also circumstances whose devil fruit has a better, whose devil fruit has more of an advantage for another foe, like how Zoro probably was stronger than Buggy even at Orange Town, but Zoro probably had no chance of defeating Buggy then. Obviously now with he could just slap him or whatever, and then Buggy will just be done for, just a one slap and Buggy will go down instantly. But back then, I do think that Buggy would have easily taken the win, even though he wasn't necessarily stronger. But I guess most powerful, I'm guessing they assume powerful to strong. In my mind, powerful is more so has power, not only in battle, but just in general. But yeah, so I do think that it is kind of useless to debate over which character is stronger than which, and even if one character outranks another, then it's kind of a rock paper scissors thing. You can't just say rock is above scissors, but then scissors isn't above paper. Wait, no, I messed it up. You can't say that rock is above scissors, scissors is above paper, but paper is above rock, right? So it's a loop, so it is going to be interesting to see what the CBR article is talking about in terms of who outranks who. And Ashley Glenn, we're going to see what she has to say. I've heard that CBR articles are very not well researched, so maybe this is someone who has seen half the series. Well, I mean, they put Beji up there and we don't really see much of him until Whole Cake Island. I mean, obviously he was in Saudi, But yeah, so maybe someone who like watched the series once and then just kind of like took what they remember, like their vague memory of the show, and put it down in here. But I'm judging it before I even read it, so let's read it. The most recent member of the Straw Hat crew joined for a number of reasons, namely because Luffy requested it. However, had he only been invited based on his power, we could see why. Jinbei is not the only Fishman crew member, but he also has insane powers, including incredible speed and strength. We've seen him hold back a second gear Luffy, kick another giant fishman out the way like it was nothing. This is the man that set up the Big Mom, one of the Emperors of the Sea, just so that he could be on Luffy's team. He certainly deserves a spot on our list. I mean, I'm not complaining. I think Jinbei is definitely a very strong character, and I'm sure he does deserve a spot on his list. Now, the fact that he's number 25... Look, okay, let me put my predictions for top 5. I don't know if they're gonna include, like, as of now, as of Wano, so they won't include dead characters. Or maybe they will include dead characters, like Whitebeard and Ace, but only when, like, they died. Or maybe they'll include any character at their prime. So, let's see if they specify. If you ask the question, we got the best to answer. Okay, the most powerful characters to ever appear. So it says to ever appear, so I'm assuming they're counting dead characters. But what if characters that died before the timelines, or before like Luffy started his journey, like Roger? Okay, but let's just say we are. So then I think top 5 would be number 1 would be Whitebeard. I don't know. What would they say? They'd probably say like Roger, Roger, Garp, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom. I know people are gonna contest Big Mom, but I think Big Mom is also, you know, up there. Big Mom's definitely like up there with Kaido. Sakazuki also has to be up there too. Not really on the same tier as them, I don't think, but let's see. I am interested to see how Luffy ranks up too. Capone Beji, everyone's favorite mob-themed character, absurd elf fruit that makes him pretty tough to beat. The bearer of the Shiro no Mi has the power to turn into a giant fortress. The coolest part, even when he's back to his human form, the inside of the castle still remains intact, meaning people can literally live inside him. Like, yeah, I mean, that's a really cool elf fruit. I mean, he could really open up like a bed and breakfast if he wanted to. You know, like, quit the pirate stuff. You have an entire business with your body, which it sounds weird, but I assure you it's not. He can let people inside his body. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, and Sanji already. Okay, I'm glad they're not. I feel like people would have the tendency to overhype the monster trio, saying that they're stronger than like characters shown within other crews. So I'm glad that it's not like 3-2-1 is Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, which obviously wouldn't make any sense. But a lover of women and the chef of the Straw Hat, Sanji, has been getting a lot of attention due to the recent arc. When was this written? If it's like 2018, so that's probably Whole Cake Island. I'm not sure exactly when Wano started. I know it was also in that year. Much like the rest of the crew, we've seen just how much Sanji has grown since the beginning of the series. This includes gaining 2 forms of haki, Kenbunshoku and Busoshoku, that allows him to sense others and harden his spirit into armor. Despite never using his hands to fight, so not the risk of damaging his ability to cook, Sanji's also able to his famous ability, Diablo Jambe, that allows him to heat his legs to the point that they glow bright red as if on fire. Speaking of recent arcs, Sanji is also heating up in the Wano arc, but I won't give any manga spoilers, I promise. And we have Zoro, who ranks above Sanji. I have to agree that Zoro is stronger than Sanji, not by much, obviously. I don't think they're like equal, but I think if they fought, Zoro would win. But it's not like he'd guarantee win. If they did fight and Sanji won, it's not like I would be completely shocked, you know. Zoro and Sanji I would consider on par with each other, particularly because they're both powerhouses of the Straw Hat crew with their respective abilities. Zoro is famously known for being able to use 3 swords at the same time, and we've seen this ability grow over time. His physical attacks have always been strong thanks to the way he grew up. Okay, typo. I mean, whenever an article has a typo, you just know it's the cream of the crop, the best written, you know, piece of journalism that you can find. Yeah, I'm sure that bodes well. He's certainly become more hardened thanks to training. He has an incredible pain tolerance, and his skill has developed so much. We've even seen him block moves from King Neptune himself. Alright. I think from now on, though, I'm not really going to read the descriptions unless it's something that I'm like, what? Why did they put them there? And I'll like read the description. So they're not really explaining why they're put on the list. They're just saying, yeah, they're strong. This is who the character is, and they're strong. Okay, so I see a hot take right down there. I'm not going to scroll down just yet. But we have Useless Kid ranking above Zoro and Sanji. I would have to agree. I think I agree with that. I don't think Kid is up to Luffy's level, but I think he is near, maybe above Sanji and Zoro. It's just so hard to like compare characters who like have have Zoro and Sanji. I don't think they've even ever interacted with Kid, so which is just one of the cool things about One Piece is like the world building. So cool. Characters, like we have so many fan favorite characters, and like half of them haven't even interacted with each other. It's great. But we have Crocodile here. Okay, if you know me, I love Crocodile. Crocodile is one of, if not my favorite, One Piece villain. The Alabasta is my second or third favorite arc. But do I think that Crocodile is stronger than Zoro, Sanji, Kid, Jinbei? No. I think that Crocodile is much stronger now than he was in the Alabasta arc, where he was, you have to admit, he was weak. Okay, I made a video about why he was weak, why Luffy like was able to defeat him. You should check that out. I worked very hard on it. It has like 50 views. I'm not excited about that. Thought it would do better. But Crocodile, I think he's much stronger than he was then. I think he knows hockey now, and that might be confirmed. It might be confirmed that he knows hockey. Because I think that if you were once really strong and then you kind of like faded down, I think it would be easier for you to get back to that level than if you started off here, right? I think like if Luffy's here and he tries to get to this power level, if Crocodile was here and then went back down, I think he would get back up a little easier, if that makes sense. But I still don't think he's, let's read this. Okay, change stand. Okay, it's just explaining Crocodile. We've seen plenty of characters who can turn their body into something flexible. We've seen One Piece. You don't have to like pretend to like explain it to people who haven't seen One Piece. Just call it a Logia, right? He knows how to use it, which made it so difficult for Luffy to beat him in the first place. His physical endurance as well as strength and speed are already up there. If we put him in a desert, he's nearly impossible. Well, I wouldn't say. We're moving on. Uro, that's certainly an interesting character to put up there, especially since we haven't seen anything from him. We saw him see Kaido try to commit suicide. That's something. We know that he defeated one of the Sweet Commanders, one of Big Mom's Sweet Commanders, right? Am I misremembering? We meet Urog with the rest of the worst generation, Sabri, but since the pirate has gone toe-to-toe with Kaido and survived, and again we find another devil fruit user on our list, but this one is actually interesting. Urog has a fruit that gives him the ability to increase the muscle and body size. He also gains strength from pain. Okay, his powers to make him impervious to injuries, but the pain he goes to doesn't increase his strength. Stronger than Kid, stronger than... Okay, I'm moving on because I have nothing to say that I have no evidence that will support this claim or deny this claim. So we're moving on, and we have Boa Hancock, which I know how I praised them earlier for not putting Sanji and Zoro, like not giving them an unfair advantage. Now I'm kind of wishing to give them an unfair advantage. Hancock is strong, right? I've heard a lot of people say she's like the weakest Shichibukai, which I don't think. If she's the weakest out of the original 7, oh, that's a hard one. Can't even think of the original son on top of my head. Probably Crocodile then, probably. I think even Hancock. Hancock's strong. She's the only woman in the Shichibukai. She's forced to be reckoned with. During the series, we hear a lot about how beautiful she is, but that doesn't really make her famous. Okay, she has. Okay, her Devil Fruit is OP. I will give her that. And physical strength, Buso, Shoku, Haki. We haven't seen that much of these characters. Like, it's so interesting that these characters where they didn't see that like the author hasn't really seen much of them. It's just interesting that they would come to her mind for putting them. So it's like when I think of top characters in One Piece, or top strongest, Boa Hancock doesn't really come to my mind, but she is strong. I will admit that. So Trafalgar Law. Law is one of the most popular characters in the series as a member of Straw Hats. Is that true? I wonder who is the most popular not Straw Hat. I think in the last poll, it might have been Law. It might have been Law, actually. I don't really remember much. All I remember was it this recent one where Nami overtook Sanji? Maybe. Okay. I see something down there. I'm not gonna. Okay. He went for Doflamingo. He has Opa Opa no Mi. Okay. I'll give it to them. Charlotte Smoothie, daughter of Big Mom, is considered another powerful character within the series. Exceptionally long legs, being from the long leg tribe, which makes her status in comparison to most people. Okay, just like we don't really know any of it, so I can't really say a thing. Now we have Doflamingo. Okay, so this is Doflamingo is like the threshold to being a powerful character for New World standards, right? We had Hordy, we had Caesar, but even though they were powerful by the standards set by the New World, they weren't really, right? So from now on, I think this is where we're going to get into the real meat of the article. So I'm fine with that. So, Charlotte Katakuri, he's undoubtedly stronger than Doflamingo. I'll take that. You know, I think he's a big step up actually. So yeah, okay, let's do it. And Monkey D. Luffy. Okay, I think during Whole Cake Island, when this was written, actually, hold on, this is an outdated article because because now Luffy, I don't know like which part of the series is written, but now with all the training Luffy did in Wano, he's probably most likely definitely stronger than Katakuri. But during Whole Cake Island, I'd say he was actually weaker. I think Luffy got a lot stronger during the fight, but I think Luffy, physical strength, endurance, speed, Luffy was lesser than Katakuri in all those categories, and even Devil Fruit, like usage of Devil Fruit, and hockey too. But it's just the endurance, man. He kept getting back up, and eventually Katakuri is like, you know what? I'm gonna stay down now. You're gonna keep getting back up. I want to fight you again, so I'm gonna stay down. And does it make Luffy stronger because he won the fight? I don't think so. I think he would be weaker. But now let's get into category characters stronger than Luffy. Fujitora, yes. I mean, obviously, Fujitora is definitely stronger than Luffy, stronger than any of the characters previously shown. So, alright, I'm fine with that. At this point in the story, I completely forgot the Reverie arc. So after Whole Cake Island was Reverie, right? yeah. So, I forgot about that. So, why did I bring up the Reverie arc? Oh yeah, because that's when Green Bull was introduced, right? Yeah, right. Why can't I think of anything? So I wonder if he's on this list. Probably not. It's probably written during Whole Cake Island. So Fujitora. So what else? There's also Akainu, Aokiji, you know, the Yonko. Blackbeard hasn't been on the list yet. Oh no. I'm scared to see where he is. Aokiji's number 11. Mihawk, completely forgot about him. Completely forgot about Shanks too. Jesus. Just so many characters to keep track of. Okay, Mihawk is on here. Alright, strongest swordsman. Now, I do think that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman. He should probably be stronger than Shanks, because Shanks is also a swordsman. And I know you might say, well, Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard were also swordsmen. Wouldn't Mihawk have to be stronger than them? Well, no, because they also had other methods. It's not like, I think in sword-to-sword combat, a swordsman's duel, Mihawk would be more skilled. But Shanks has only been shown to use a sword, which isn't saying much because he has barely been shown, but I do think that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. Most of that stemmed from the Mr. Morge video I watched. You should watch it. It's a very good video. I'll link it or something. So we have Garp. Is this now or Prime? There's now Hockey, Garp's in trunk. You see, you're just giving a generic like description of each character. It's not saying anything. So, but yeah, Garp. He's like now, or because I doubt Garp right now is stronger than Mihawk. Oh, yeah. I'd honestly put Garp below Mihawk now. I'm not supposed to say he's in strong, but send Goku above Garp. That is an interesting opinion. Okay, I think, well, I guess Sengoku does have the upper hand of having the Devil Fruit, which, you know, doesn't go away with time. Garp's strength is, you know, weakening. But he's still absurdly strong, though. Don't underestimate old men in One Piece. So, you know what? I'll say Garp, you know. He's up there. So Sengoku. Kizaru. Why am I keep forgetting? Yes, Kizaru, he possesses the Devil Fruit of Light. Some of his most powerful moves are laser beams and creating a sword made of pure light. Okay, we have Kizaru. I'll give it to them. Now, Blackbeard still hasn't shown up yet. Have we seen a dead character yet? I don't think so. I don't think we have. That makes me think that they aren't going to put dead characters, which is interesting. So we have Kizaru or Borsalino. We haven't seen much of him, but I do think it's safe to say that he is, you know, up there, one of the strongest. Monkey D. Dragon. Okay. So the writer is clearly thinks that Sakazuki's stronger than Dragon, which interesting. Okay, wait. First of all, Dragon is certainly one of the strongest people we've ever seen in the series. I'm not sure, like, I understand what they're trying to say, but when you read that without any context, it makes it seem like Dragon's like has like such great feats. You know, is stated to be one of the strongest, which he's never stated to be that. I'm almost certain he's only stated to be one of the most wanted character, or the most wanted character, which is because he leads the Revolutionary Army, right? It's not about strength; it's about tactics and stuff. Which is maybe just be me putting my opinion out there, because one of my biggest pet peeves in shonen anime specifically, like battle shonen, is when status, like power in terms of like status and stuff, equals strength. It's like kings, queens, you know, people who lead armies are supposedly like really strong themselves. That has never been. I always liked it to where, like, yeah, let the main characters, you know, the pirates, the whoever, let the actual fighters be fighters. Let the people with power, like, I just feel like it's kind of unrealistic for like to have all these characters fighting. It's like the president or something, like he's like throw his hands with someone. Like, no, he's a power of like politics, you know. He's not supposed to be strong. Like most kings, or like, yeah, most kings, you know, King Cobra, King Neptune, none of them are supposed to be strong. And I get that this is an army, not a country, that Dragon's leading, and I still do think he's strong. I'm not saying that he isn't, but I don't think that being wanted or being, you know, having a lot of influence or power necessarily equates to strength. I do think he's one of the strongest. Is it possible that he's up here? Of course. He saved Luffy at Logtown. Yeah, that was really, it was just talking that what I just said was me giving my pet peeves on anime. Not saying that. Not. I wasn't trying to give a reason to why Dragon isn't strong. That wasn't my intent. I know people might come at me like, "Are you seriously saying that Dragon isn't strong?" No, I think Dragon is strong. Probably strong, like top 10. You know. But yeah, I'm just gonna. He's also considered the world's most wanted man by the world government, so I know he has incredible power that we have yet to see fully in the series. One thing is for certain, through the conversation Luffy has with others, we know he's definitely Dragon's son in strength and stubbornness. Okay. Number 5, we have Big Mom. Now we're getting to the Yonko. Blackbeard has still not shown up. Okay. First, I just want to... Okay. But Big Mom. Shanks. Kaido. We have Blackbeard at number 2 and Sakazuki / Akainu at number 1. What reason? Let's read this. So, okay, so obviously they're not including dead characters, otherwise Whitebeard would have 100% made an appearance on this list. Like old or not, prime or not. So would Big Mom, or not Big Mom, Goldie Roger. Even with Bell, Whitebeard, he was not easy to take down despite the pirate's hockey and Delphi abilities. Truly, he'll be one obstacle our straw hat heroes will have to overcome if Luffy is ever to truly be the king of the pirates. Okay. My assumption with this is that their logic was, okay, the next arc, the Wano arc, or look, the next, Luffy's going to be fighting Kaido soon. Like, we knew that for much, even in Whole Cake Island. So it's like, okay, so if he defeats Kaido, Big Mom's also, you know, villain. So he's going to defeat her. Maybe Elbaf. So, Akainu and Blackbeard will be the final villains, which makes sense. I think that one of those two probably, or like Eam or something. But I don't want Eam to be the final villain. I want to know more about Eam, but I don't want it to be like some amazing fighter, some omnipotent Xeno creature. But they're like, oh, okay, Blackbeard, Sakazuki. Well, if they're the final villains, then they're probably the strongest. It's like maybe Blackbeard is a character that's constantly, you know, he's getting up there. He's constantly rising through power. And I know that after the time skip we didn't see much of him. But I still don't think he's above Kaido or honestly Big Mom. Shanks maybe. Shanks, we haven't seen anything of Shanks. People always assume that he's one of the strongest characters in the series. I think that's not a great assumption. I think that assuming that you're putting too much stock in a character who you're putting trust in a character who hasn't proven to be trustworthy. He stopped Kaido from going to Marineford. We don't know how. He clashed with Whitebeard to split the skies. We don't know how much power each of them were exerting. He got his arm ripped off. Well, I mean, he did like he took a gamble on the new generation, so it's arguable that he let his arm get bitten so that Luffy would become a pirate. What other feats has he shown? He used to duel Mihawk. We don't know how powerful each of them were in the past. We also don't know how powerful Mihawk is. So maybe Blackbeard killing Shanks is a very possible theory. Do I think that he's above Big Mom? I don't know. I don't know about that. Blackbeard is he's a scaredy cat, right? If he thinks his life is in danger, he'll be scared, all right? If Big Mom does that life or death or whatever, if she uses her devil fruit, try to steal his soul is being stolen, all right? And he obviously has Whitebeard's fruit now, which is one of the most powerful. Does he have a third devil fruit now? Who's to say for sure? I think that if he does get a third one, it'll probably be on screen. Is he stronger than Kaido? I think absolutely not. I think, you know, one-on-one fight, always bank on Kaido, always trust Kaido. You know, one-on-one fight, I think Kaido would absolutely destroy Akainu. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, oh, animals are so underrated, you know, everyone says that they're weak, and they're not weak. I agree that they're not weak. I do think that he's more up here with, you know, Kizaru, maybe above Kizaru here near Dragon. But yeah, this article, this has been a 30-minute video, okay. This article was very interesting. I do not think that it was completely accurate, especially who they chose as number one. But I also don't think that it's completely far-fetched, if that makes sense. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. I try to upload bi-weekly, twice a week, not once every 2 weeks. Words are weird. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I also do chapter reviews of One Piece, which I didn't spoil anything in this video from the manga, right? But speaking of One Piece manga and anime, episode 1000 is coming out. By the time this video is uploaded, it probably has already come out. But yeah, that's exciting. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.